Hey guys, welcome to 𝑽𝒊𝒐𝒍𝒆𝒕 Awakening. To got Iron Frost featuring our Crabominable V with Iron Valiant combo. From Fusion Strike, we have our Destroyer Punch hitting 90 base damage, plus 60 more for each damage counter on the opponent's active Pokemon for 2 water and 1 colorless. We're playing a Lost Box combo for this deck with our Mirage Gate. We've got 1 Cramorant to do early damage, 1 Sableye for Lost Vine, placing 12 damage counters in any way we like on our opponent's Pokemon if we have 10 cards in the Lost Zone. We also are playing obviously Iron Valiant for Tachyon bits. Switching this Pokemon into the active spot allows us to place 2 damage counter with his ability onto any one of our opponent's Pokemon once during our turn for each copy we have in play. We also have multiple switches for both Comfey and our Iron Valiant's ability, so that we get to activate them as many times as we can per turn with our Beach Court Switch Cart and Escape Ropes. We even have 1 Vengeful Punch to set up for the knockout with Destroyer Punch later on in the game, and 1 Radiant Greninja to do Moonlight Shuriken for the extra snipe power with Mirage Gate, 2 Lost Vacuum to help us lost cards a lot faster, 1 Boss for sharp power play, 3 Ross to chop back our Pokemon energies, and 1 Manaphy for the bench barrier. So that's all for the deck list. Now let's go for some gameplay and see how well this deck works. Okay, let's go for our first game with Iron Frost. We got the new Crabominable V. It's actually a really old card getting rotated for the next set, which is a bit sad, but we're featuring this Ice type for Christmas. So Merry Christmas, by the way. But we have a Lost Box for you today, and also Iron Valiant from the new Paradox Rift. Still waiting for Paldean Fates. It's going to be out at the end of January, which is kind of a long time to go. But for now, let's just see how many decks we can build before that happens. And then we got 2 more months before Temporal Forces, which is even longer of a wait. I mean, there isn't many cards. There's not many new cards for Paldean Fates either, since they're doing a shiny reprint, which is kind of sad. We had Cramorant VMAX and Ditto VMAX for Shining Fates, and now we have Espathra EX and I think we got Great Tusk and Iron Threads as well. Those cards aren't really that strong though, because we don't have the supports yet. Supports are coming for Temporal Forces. There's going to be new, ancient, and future cards, including trainers, if I'm not mistaken. There should be special energies as well. I wouldn't be expecting much, but let's hope there is energies built for future and ancient Pokemons. That would be so cool, right? We had Single Strike, Rapid Strike Energy, Fusion Strike Energy as well. Makes sense for future ancient to get their own special energies, right? Let's hope. If they do have them though, it should be the very first set, right? So I'm not sure, honestly, because Single Strike, Rapid Strike Energy was actually released together with the Single Strike, Rapid Strike Pokemons. I don't know. We got A-Spec cards as well for Temporal Forces. Pretty ridiculous. Master Ball coming back to the game. Neo Upper Energy. I mean, who's excited for that card? I'm super excited. I kind of hope that the ruling is for Evolution EXs rather than for Stage 2 Pokemons. Because it would make sense if you make EX stronger. Then you get to attach the Neo Upper Energy for Stage 1 Pokemons, right? If you attach it onto your, for example, Stage 1 EXs, it doesn't work. It has to be Stage 2, which makes the deck a lot harder to play it. Also, you can only fit in 1 copy into the deck, obviously, because it's an A-Spec card. There's also the Catcher, which everyone's obsessed about. Prime Catcher, the new Guzma for an item. If you get it priced though, you can't really play it until the very end. You need Peonia to get it out. So that's the thing about A-Spec, I guess. There's no heavy ball for A-Spec, because A-Spec is normally trainer and energy. I don't think there was an A-Spec energy though back in Black and White. Now they're coming out with A-Spec energy, special energy, and potentially A-Spec Pokemons as well. If you have an A-Spec Pokemon in your deck, you're not allowed to have any other A-Spec trainers or energies, right? I don't think there's going to be A-Spec Pokemons though, because it feels more of like a support material, something that you get to play from your hand to basically give you the extra boost, like an item, stadium, or even special energy. I'm not even sure if they're going to come up with A-Spec supporter cards. Sounds a bit off, but you never know. Then again, you can't really tell though, because we had Prism Star Pokemon. So we had Radiance, which actually doesn't, Radiant Pokemon, but no Radiant Trainer cards. And now Ace-Pack, I'm excited to see what else they come up with. Some people are even hopeful that Team Plasma cards would be featured back in the TCG for Temporal Forces, but I'm not too sure if they're going to do that. I wouldn't be expecting too much because they never repeat team cards. Like Team Magma, Team Aqua, they never give us, they never gave us a reprint for Sun and Moon. Normally, they just continue on to the next team, right? Now we have Team Star. They should be coming out with more Team Star cards. It doesn't make sense for them to, reprint the old team back in the game. Team Rocket, maybe, because it's a classic. Team Plasma, I don't think so. You never know though, because Team Plasma actually comes right after Team Rocket, if I'm not mistaken. In the TCG, I mean. For Team Aqua and Magma, those cards actually got released after Team Plasma cards, just because we had Double Crisis for XY, which obviously comes after Black and White. Team Aqua Magma, actually from Hoenn, had to be released after Black and White just because before that, we don't have the PTCGO. We don't have an online platform for TCG. TCG wasn't a big thing. And then when they came out with the new format, the new standard and expanded format, it started from Black and White expansion. So for those formats, back then, we didn't have any cards from Diamond and Pearl. We couldn't play cards from, the Hoenn region, from Ruby and Sapphire. Those cards were not allowed for expanded, standard, anything. Because for PTCGO, they don't include cards, really, really old cards, classic cards as well from Kanto region. Those cards are not allowed in the online platform. We can't buy it. We can't redeem it in codes. There's no way we can play that on the game. Even now, I don't think PTCGO is available anymore. They officially shut it down a long time ago. But anyways, in PTCGL, you're not allowed to play all of those super old cards. So I guess it would make sense for them to bring back Team Rocket and then re-roll those teams back in the format. Team Plasma maybe, because it's actually the very first team that was introduced back in Black and White. Who knows? Who knows what they have in store for us? But I would be more excited for new Team Star cards though. There isn't many. We had Yellhorn. Now we have like Paldean, Students of Paldea, which is quite lame. We had only Team Star Grunt and Mila, which isn't really a Team Star card. I would be more excited for a Team Star item or tool card. We had the really interesting Team Flare tool cards, which actually jams your opponent, increases their attack cost by 1 colorless. You get to choose any one of your opponent's Pokemon and attach that tool card onto your opponent's Pokemon. How cool is that? We used to have that for Team Flare. I mean, where is those cool cards for the teams? We don't have anything for Sun and Moon either. I mean, we had Team Skull Grunt, Guzma, Plumeria, but not really a proper Team Skull card, which is a bit disappointing. But anyways, let's get back into the game. We just did a snipe with our Greninja, using our Mirage Gate and the extra water in our hand. We got a knockout on the bench Mary before they evolve and play the Turbo Charge on their Iron Hands. They didn't even get to use the ability. And we also sniped on the Zapdos, collecting the knockout with our Sableye on the next turn. We are going to do Lost Mine with our multi-switches or perhaps a Colress if they play Iono. We got enough switches in the deck. If they play Iono, we should get at least 1 switch. And then Flower Select for the Colress. Iono is giving us 5 cards right now, so we should be fine. We just need to lose 3 more cards, I think. So Lost Mine, we got the Colress. Lost Mine is going to give us not just the Zapdos knockout, it's going to give us enough spread to set up for Crabominable V to do the knockout later on in the game with the Mirage Gate. So we don't really need to be playing our Iron Valiant for this game. But sometimes it's important to bench it early. If you know they're playing like a Charizard EX, high HP Pokemon, you gotta bench your Iron Valiant a lot faster so that you get to use his ability as early as possible, getting the extra damage counter in the game for you to hit for a 1-hit knockout with your Destroyer Punch later on in the game. It is important, right? If they have only 230 max HP, if they're not playing, if they got the Bravery Charm, we have 2 Lost Vacuums in his deck. We would eventually get the other Lost Vacuum. If we play the first one just to do the Mirage Gate, we would eventually get the second one. They normally attach the tool card early anyways. If we get the Lost Vacuum, we can drop their HP back to 230, and then all we need is 2 damage counters on the Iron Hands on anything to knock it out with 1 hit with our Crabominable V, because all we need is 2 damage counters on their active to hit 210 damage with Destroyer Punch, and that's a total of 230 damage plus the damage counters, which is enough to kill Iron Hands or even Entei V if they don't play Magma Basin for the damage counters. If they play Magma Basin, can you imagine? We don't even need the Valiant. So that's the power of Crabominable, the old ice Pokemon from Fusion Strike, which is actually a new version, sort of a new version of Sableye V that we used to have for Sword and Shield, the very first set of Sword and Shield, which was actually rotated. And now for the new rotation, Crabominable is again gonna get rotated out of format, but we have still 1 more month to go, so let's just make the most of it. Might as well. So anyways, I think I'm just gonna end the voice right here. Leave you guys focus on the game. Today we have for you our Crabominable V with Iron Valiant EX combo in a Lost Box format, having our Radiant Greninja Mirage Gate for the snipe against 1 price. We also have our Sableye's Lost Mine to target Manaphy. If they have Jirachi on the bench, we just need to boss up the Jirachi or play our Valiant's ability to snipe and knock out the Jirachi before using our Sableye to take out the Manaphy, which is kind of a lot, but even if that doesn't happen, we got Iron Valiant to attack as well. We can also use Laser Blade for 200 damage while piling up the damage counters with its 𝓚𝓻𝓸𝓷 ability, stacking the spread with our multiple switches, which actually works for our Comfey's Flower Select as well, helping us draw cards into our hand. So I think that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye from the people. Enjoy life.